So I'll give you a perfect example of this. I feel like we lost in this country a national treasure a little bit more than 2 years ago. I'm talking about Robin Williams. How many of you in this room, I want you to raise your hand, not if you liked Robin Williams. Raise your hand if you loved this man. Raise your hand if you loved him. Keep your hand up nice and high if you would. Keep your hand and look at the number of people that love this man. It's 98% of the room. There's only 2% assholes in this room that didn't like Robin Williams. I've asked this question this year in Sydney, Australia, in Tokyo, in Beijing, China, in South America, and Peru. I've been all over the world. I did 16 countries this year. Every place I've asked, every place I've gone, in every language being translated, on average, 98% of people raise their hand saying they loved him. And I always say, don't raise your hand if you liked him. Now here's my question about this incredible soul, Robin. Was he a master of the science of achievement, yes or no? Yes or no? He had a dream to go to Hollywood and do his own TV program. How many people have that dream, and how many actually get it? He did it. He had a dream to not only have his own TV show, but he was going to make it #1. And some of you are ancient enough like me to actually remember that show. What was it called? Mork and Mindy. Some of you, it's replayed enough, you still know about it, right? #1 show. Then he said, I want to have the most beautiful family, and he did it. Achieved it. Then he said, I want to have more money than I could ever spend, and he achieved it. Then he said, I want to make movies, and he did it. Then he said, I want to make movies, and I want to make movies, and I want to win an Academy Award, watch this, for not being funny. His primary skill. And he won an Academy Award for drama, for dramatic performance. He did all of that, and then he hung himself. How do you explain that? Now some people say, well, he had Parkinson's, he had this, he had that. He suffered his whole life. He used alcohol, he used cocaine, he used everything to get his hands on because he made everybody happy except whom? Himself. And he left a beautiful bride, wife, and children who loved him, and hundreds of millions, maybe 1 billion, I don't know the real number. I can only tell you anecdotally, every country I've been in, 98% of the people translated in those countries tell me they loved him. And it wasn't enough. Yes, he had Parkinson's later, he had what they call Lewy bodies in his brain, but he suffered his whole life because he made everyone happy. He never mastered the art of fulfillment. He thought it was all about the science of achievement. That's why I came by today. Because you guys are masters of achievement or you wouldn't be in a room like this. And I know there's different levels of achievement, but it's all relative, right? If you're in a room like this, you're hungry, you're driven, you're some of the best. You came here because you want more. You don't settle like most people. But I'd hate to have you wake up someday. I know you're not going to hang yourself, but to have that emotion of feeling like life is not the richest experience that it could be, and it's only because you were so driven by the cultural conditioning of achievement. And I'm not suggesting don't achieve. I achieve, but I also am fulfilled. I know people that are so fulfilled. This little character over here is massively fulfilled because he knows it isn't just achievement. It's really about something bigger. He's got a mission. He's got a sense of meaning. He knows what fulfills him, and he lives it. Richard Branson is one of the most fulfilled human beings you're going to meet. It isn't because he's a multi-billionaire. He's achievement, but his great benefit is he's fulfilled. I can't name a dozen people I've met, and I've met 10 million people. 50 million I've worked with, but 10 million people I've had these deep relationships with, and at least 50 multi-billionaires, and I couldn't name more than a half dozen that I could tell you honestly are really, truly fulfilled by their own description without bullshit. It ain't money that's going to do it for you. It's not achievement that's going to do it for you. So the best time to wake up will be now. This room, want to be happy for the rest of your life, no matter what. Let me ask you a second question. How many are not just wanting it, are totally committed to be happy every single day for the rest of your life? You say that now. The only way you can have that is you make the connection that problems and happiness have no relationship. How many of you know somebody who has a life you'd love to have and they're still pissed off or worried or concerned or freaked out? Raise your hand. Right? You go, if I was there, I wouldn't feel that way. Bullshit. Because the mind is always looking for something, because this 2 million-year-old brain is basically survival software. And what it's doing is always looking for what's wrong. And whatever you look for, you'll find.